Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to be talking about how I feel about Milwordy, if I'm doing it, and what my writing and editing challenge is from now until next September. The first thing I want to talk about is what is Milwordy. I'm going to link above another video that kind of talks more about it. It's Kate Kavanaugh's video. However, just a brief overview, it's basically where you're going to write 1,000,000 words in a year, which comes out to roughly about 2,700 words every single day. Considering the fact that I am already working and I'm working not just working, but I'm working as a teacher, which requires a lot of time outside of work to do things like grading and lesson planning. And then on top of my teaching, I'm doing a ton of other things, including article writing and YouTube videos. I just didn't feel like it was really feasible for me to attempt the 1,000,000 words. So while I really like a good writing challenge, as far as me and my personal comfort zone goes, I don't really feel comfortable doing such a long writing challenge, especially one that's focused on words, because I've noticed when I focus too much on the word count, my quality personally tends to suffer. I know other people can write tons of words really fast and it just ends up turning out really well for them. For me, I found oftentimes that if I'm going to do a writing challenge, I need a significant amount of prep time first to really brainstorm and get to know my characters a little bit. Because for some stories, I tend to discovery write, but for other stories, I find that I want to know more about the story before I'm writing, which I'm realizing very quickly with this new series, the Gemstone Massacre series, because now I've written Amy's Rebellion, the second book, and I'm finding out that I need to just go back and learn more about certain characters and figure out where I'm going with the rest of the series, because it's supposed to be a really long series. I've decided I'm not going to try to do 1,000,000 words of writing, nor am I going to try to do 1,000,000 words of editing. However, I am going to do my own personal writing challenge throughout this time period, because I'd like to join in on the kind of fun and camaraderie of Milwordy, but I don't think 1,000,000 words is just feasible for me personally. I think it sounds like a really fun and interesting challenge, but this is what I'm doing instead. I have a couple of writing goals for my career this year, so I've decided to take those writing goals and make them into kind of my own little Frankenstein challenge that has a little bit of word count to it and a little bit of publishing and editing to it, because for me, what I find tends to take the most time is the editing. So without further ado, here's what I came up with, and this is going to be my goal from September of 2020 until September of 2021. The first part that I'm going to start with is my word count. I am upping my word count. My word count goal for this year was 120,000 words. I have already long surpassed that because I had a writing for hire work that I ended up doing that was 70,000 words. And then I also did a couple of Camp NaNoWriMos as well. And I'm already past the 120,000 words, so now I want to make my next goal 250,000 words within the next year. And I think that's definitely doable. It just means I'm going to be doing a little bit more writing. My second goal, I want to finish editing about 3 books this year. Right now, I'm almost finished with the first book that I'm going to be editing in this time period, because I kind of started editing a little bit before September. It's kind of cheated a little bit, but I am still doing more editing on it because it's going to go to beta readers this weekend. So I'm going to count that read through as part of my editing 2 to 3 books. So I want to have 2 to 3 books that I'm going to fully edit and release in that 1-year time frame. That's the editing goal, is edit 2 to 3 books to a point where I feel like I have made it the best book that I possibly can. And my last writing goal that I'm going to mention is I want to finish out the Spellbound series. And I am counting this also towards my writing goal because I am going to be entirely rewriting the first book, Spellbound, because I felt like I released it in a time crunch because I gave myself too strict of a deadline. So I am completely rewriting the very first book. and then I'm going to re-edit it and re-release it. So that's my first book that I want out of my 3 books. My second book is one that I'm already almost finished with. I've written it. I'm in the middle of doing developmental edits, and then it's going to go to beta readers, get some editing done, and hopefully I'm going to be releasing that in November. That's my second book that I want to release out of the 3 books. My third book, which I am still drafting, and it's a very, very messy draft, so I'm probably going to do several rounds of rewriting for it, is Amy's Rebellion. And my additional goal that I would like to count towards my word count as well is the third and final book in the Spellbound series, which is Belladonna's Betrayal. I have started it, but I've shelved it for so long, and I've been doing so much editing on the second book that I honestly might have to rewrite the entire thing from scratch, because I have no clue if it matches with the plot that I wrote, because Discovery Writer. So we're gonna see what happens with that book. So those are my 4 main projects that I want to get done during this 1-year period. Belladonna's Betrayal, Gabriel is Cursed, Spellbound, and then Amy's Rebellion. But that's all I have for you today. If you like this video, go ahead and click that like button and subscribe to my channel down below. And let me know, are you doing Milwordy? And if not, what is your personal writing goal for this coming year? That's all. Thanks. Bye.